Good evening, everybody. This is Wolfman here with Wolfman Rants. I would like to first start off by saying thank you so much for being a subscriber to this channel. If you are, and if you're not, please hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so we can have you join us in the next video. The goal is 100,000, and at 100,000, we'll see if we can do something big. I would like to do something big because it's all of you that helps me be here. And that's what matters, is that you're here. Let's start off with this. Time's 2024 Person of the Year debate is Harris versus Trump. Time magazine has shortlisted several notable figures from the 2024 Person of the Year, including Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and others. I'm curious on the others. I'd like to see those. The selection has sparked online discussion with diverse opinions. Some argue that Donald Trump should get the choice due to his significant influence, while others criticize Kamala Harris's inclusion, labeling it a participation trophy. The debate centers around the criteria should define the Person of the Year, or what criteria should what criteria should define a Person of the Year. Many emphasizing influence over positive impact. What do you think? I'm very curious to see what you have in mind for that. Do you think Kamala should get it? Donald? Maybe Bobby? I don't know. Biden? Who do you think should get the Time 2024's Person of the Year? Who do you think should get that? I'm curious to find out what you think. In the meantime, put that in the comments down below. I'm curious, really am. Put it in the comments down below and hit that subscribe button, by the way, because we'd like to see you again in the next video. Next up is Luigi. Luigi is the guy involved in the recent incident. He appeared in court, and his mugshot was subsequently released by authorities. The timing and reasoning for the release of his mugshot were consistent across multiple social media platforms, though details surrounding the specifics of his legal situation remain under wraps pending further court proceedings. This guy right here is the guy that has been found at a McDonald's when the McDonald's worker saw him and said, "This guy looks really familiar. I really think this is the guy you're looking for." So he called authorities. They came down. Sure enough, he had the very same fake ID in his wallet from when he was at the hostel trying to get a room and the trip there. He also had a silencer and, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this, a ghost gun, I think. I'm not really sure what that is. It might be the Ghost brand. I'm not really sure, but there was something to do with the gun. It's weird. But nonetheless, he got caught so far. And let's see if this is in fact him, and we'll see what we can do from there. But in the meantime, we'll move on to the next one. Trump to decline presidential salary. That's right, folks. Again, this dude here, I guess you would say President-elect Trump right now, from back when he was number 45, also did not take a salary for 3.5 years out of the 4 years. And he's talking about not taking his salary again. What do you think about that? I really think it's a great idea that he's giving back, since he has plenty of money. He doesn't need money. Sure, they got to pay him a salary. He has to take a salary. It's kind of a thing. So he does super awesome things with that salary. Now, this account here says Barron Trump commentary. I'm not really sure. I doubt it's Barron, but it says commentary. I don't really know the rules on that. Look, Trump Baroon. To me, it's a fake account. But even this account says, Dad has said that he will refuse a salary as president for the next 4 years. He doesn't need to be paid to make America great again because he loves our country. Now, that is a true statement, regardless who's behind the keys on that keyboard. Trump does love this country. He has went through so much hell and high water just to try to give us all a good life. And in the meantime, he gets thrown under the bus every chance they get. They should be thanking him. They've made millions off this dude. So where does his money go, you say? Well, here's some places that it goes. Trump pledged to donate his $400,000 annual salary during his first term. Here's how he allocated it. So this is where his money went. National Park Services. Trump donated portions of his salary to the National Park Service, including a donation in 2017 that went towards restoring Antietam National Battlefield. Somebody can put that in the comments of how you pronounce that. That would be super awesome. Department of Education. He donated his second quarter salary in 2018 to the Department of Education, specifically for hosting a STEM-focused camp for students. Super awesome. My son was in STEM also and loved it. They do awesome projects. Department of Health and Human Services. Various donations were made to the HHS, which is Home and Health Security, maybe? I don't know. Including the Office of the Surgeon General and the Office of the Assistant Secretary of Health for initiatives like fighting the opioid crisis and confronting the coronavirus. Check that out. Department of Homeland Security. Trump also donated to the DHS for at various points. U.S. Department of Agriculture, he gave the USDA for outreach programs that benefited farmers because we love our farmers. Farmers help keep us fed and our animals fed and gas in our cars. And, we're doing awesome stuff with that stuff. Small Business Administration. Trump donated to the salary of the SBA for veteran entrepreneurship programs. Department of Veteran Affairs. He helped caregiver programs at the VA with donations from his salary. Now, if you were following about, I don't know, was it 6 years ago? Trump did awesome stuff for veterans. And in fact, I went from hearing even my family members saying that they couldn't get into the VA for nothing. They were dying off, right? And during Trump's administration, he says, you guys have no right to do that. You guys aren't going to be pushing people aside anymore. And he sped the process up. And you know what? My family got treatment that they needed. And I'm sure many others did also. So step that up. That was super awesome. Thank you very much for that, President Trump. National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. This was another recipient within the Department of Health and Human Services. Now, while Trump publicly announced the donations for the 3.5 years, there are some ambiguity. I'm going to screw this up because that's just how I do it. Ambiguity regarding the donation of his salary in the last 6 months of his term. There are no public records announcing the detailings where the last $220,000 of his salary went, raising questions on whether those funds were donated or not. Pause for a second. I don't care where the last half of the 1 year went when he gave away all of his other salaries, right? First half of the first year, second half of the first year. It doesn't matter to me, right? He gave away, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, almost $700,000 of his salary. Actually, about $900,000, almost $1 million he gave away. So if he wanted to keep that 220, so be it. Enjoy it. Awesome. It's worth noting that while Trump did donate his salary, he and his family continue to profit from his businesses, including through payments from foreign governments, which has been a point of contention regarding the conflict of interest. You know what? He was in business way before, and he had family take over for him and run his company because he couldn't legally do so as president, and therefore his companies are technically are in his family's name and they're making money. Whatever. That doesn't matter to me. That's not a problem. He did a good job and continues to do a good job. And in fact, my pockets were a lot heavier and I love it. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to see that again happen with that. Manchin, check this out here. Manchin and Welch propose a term limit for Supreme Court justices. I think they should do it for the Senate, for the House, for all of them. They should all have a 4-year. A president has a 4-year term with a possible 8. I think the rest of them should too. There should not be any limits that say lifetime. That's ridiculous. You get people in there at 20 years, 1960s and 50s that got in there and they're still hanging on. It's like their life's almost over and they're making rules for us that we have to follow for the next 100 years. It's ridiculous. Senator Joe Manchin and Peter Welch have introduced a constitutional amendment that aims to establish 18-year term limits for new Supreme Court justices. The initiative would see justices appointed for a limited term rather than for life. With the new justice appointed every 2 years, this proposal comes amidst discussions on judicial reform, sparking debate on whether it would modernize or undermine the judiciary. Again, like I said, give them limits, right? Nobody needs to be in there for life. I really think judges should be able to be, looked at, I guess, how would you say that? Reviewed. That's the word I was looking for. Judges should be reviewed also on their what they're doing, if they're good, if they're bad, if they're going against the Constitution, any of that stuff. But there's some judges out there that you just can't get rid of because they have the power of God pretty much. And I think that's ridiculous. But anyways, moving on to the next one. Breaking news, an unprecedented move. More than 75 Nobel Prize winners have signed a letter urging senators not to confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as head of Department of Health and Human Services. It's the first time in history that Nobel, whatever that is, has come together to oppose. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they don't have a leg to stand on. Most of the people who are going to be, especially, Nobel Prize winners, I would like to see the history and the background of them, because Robert Kennedy could have won the presidential election and in all fairness, a very good chance of it had he not been kicked out by his own party. So, is it his own party that is saying that he can't, they don't want him in there, or I don't know. There's just a lot of information there. I'd be really curious to find out on who is doing what with this Nobel Prize winner signing letters. Right. As far as I'm concerned, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Robert F. Kennedy. Dude's like 60, 70 years old, maybe. I don't know. He's really old. I think he's older. He's got to be older than my parents. Look at this. Look at this. And you want to vote him out from being part of the health part of the presidency, of our term? Look, you guys are crazy. As far as I'm concerned, this dude deserves the health and human service role. I swear. Look at this. If I had the ambition and the drive, I would try to work out too, but that's not easy. It's not easy. So what do you think about that? Throw that in the comments down below before you subscribe, though. Subscribe first. Throw it in the comments down below. I read all of the comments. I love the comments. Good or bad, doesn't matter. Throw some comments in there, and let's see what you have to say about this. I think healthy is good. We have a lot of chemicals in our food. I, not long ago, kicked out sugar. I don't do much sugar anymore if I can help it. No sodas anymore. High fructose corn syrups. I don't do that anymore. I'm really thinning down on all the food I can. Milk. I haven't had milk in months. I need to find an alternative to that because I would like some milk. I heard coconut water is good, and there's other stuff. So throw that in the comments down below. Also, if you know what kind of things I could possibly drink instead of milk, but I'm looking at being healthier. So when it comes to him being a part of that, I am all for it. You got my vote there, Mr. Kennedy. Next up is this one right here, which I think is super awesome. Michigan High School Choir belts out holiday tunes from a towering Christmas tree. Looks like I cut that off a little bit. My bad. But check this out.
The Mona Shore's Singing Christmas Tree is in its 40th season this year, and of which I've gotten the pleasure of being in charge of 32 of those, as this is my last year here. The tree stands 67 feet tall, and it's like if you were in a 5-story building and you looked out the window, that's what our angel at the top of the tree is looking at. It holds approximately 220 students, and also there is an orchestra of high school students.
So the Singing Christmas Tree within this community is really the kickoff to the holiday season. It's a great show. They're going to love it. The lights are ridiculous. 25,000 brand new LED lights.
The whole thing, but I think that's plenty enough. But check that out. That is just truly amazing. Wow, this is just so neat. I don't want to get in trouble by playing too much, but these people make up this tree. It's just amazing. There it is. Look at that.
Somebody, you say it's this structure built of steel, it's 67 feet tall, it's covered with lights, it's packed with all these kids. People are like, oh, being a part of that has been such a reward, and I am going to really miss that.
Good job, guys. And to the school, I believe it's a school, right? College, maybe. Western Michigan community is celebrating their 40th anniversary of its beloved singing Christmas tree. The Mona Shore Singing Christmas Tree, which features 180 students, 180 high school choir. See, subscribe. I screwed up again. All right, we should take shots every time I screwed up. Which features 180 high school student school choir, and stands. I give up. Anyways, there's a lot of students in this tree, and it's just kick butt. Look at that. High school students in Muskegon. Good job, guys, on that. That is your positive news for the day. And with that, I would like to go back and say thank you all again for becoming a subscriber to this channel, or just watching or hanging out or checking out the shorts even. Super awesome of you. I really appreciate that. And till next time, because if you hit that subscribe button, there will be a next time. And before, I'd like to say thank you all for helping make this desk and this wall and stuff possible. Much appreciated. Really love it, and let's see what we can do in the future. Gonna get that studio done pretty soon, and that should look pretty kick butt. So in the meantime, you have yourselves a wonderful evening and enjoy your December 9th evening. I really got to work on this. It's like bloopers at the end without even needing to be bloopers. Anyways, peace out. Oh yeah, I have an outro button.